Welcome in to Blue Jays Today, where finally, everybody, the Toronto Blue Jays have decided to go out and acquire somebody. Yes, it's Kevin Kiermaier, and we are going to break down this signing. We're going to look at all of it. There has not been released the details yet. I hope that they're done during this live stream about how long it's been, how much money, all of it. But this is obviously big news considering, as Blue Jays fans, we just watched literally every single free agent fly off the board while Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro were taking a little snuzz. So it's good to see that the boys are at least awake now and aware that free agency is going on. What is up, guys? 149 people in here right now. If you haven't already done so, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're rewatching this, take a second, comment your thoughts down below before you even watch this whole reaction and breakdown. What are you thinking about Kevin Kiermaier? And then maybe go back to that comment, and after you finish watching, comment again. Has anything changed? Let's go in and see what the Twitter sphere has to tell us, everybody. Let's see if you guys can see that. Yes, you can. Kevin Kiermaier is heading north of the border. This is confirmed, everybody. This is from The Score. The Toronto Blue Jays are signing center fielder Kevin Kiermaier pending a physical. So as long as he passes the physical, which I imagine he would be if we're this deep in negotiations, then he's going to be on the Toronto Blue Jays, guys. And we're going to get into whether or not I think he's going to be the replacement for Teoscar Hernandez and said outfielders. But he's definitely going to be somebody, right? He might not be the whole fix, but he is someone. Josh Goldberg. This guy is a little interesting. He's got his opinions, and he comes out immediately and says, if Kevin Kiermaier's an everyday player, it isn't good. If there's another outfield move coming, it is good. And I want to take a quick second and just talk about that for a little bit. Teoscar Hernandez. That's who we had for the longest time, right? And he was amazing. Silver Slugger for several years now. We traded him away to the Seattle Mariners for some bullpen help, and hopefully those guys can be really good. Kevin Kiermaier, let's just get it out of the way right now, guys. He is not Teoscar Hernandez. Offensively speaking, he is a shell of Teoscar Hernandez. Literally, not even remotely close to that. Defensively, and we'll get into that a little bit later, he's amazing. But offensively, he's not there. And I think a lot of us, myself included, when there was Brandon Nimmo on the board and when there is Brian Reynolds still available for trade, we're kind of getting it into our heads where it's like, we can replicate that Teoscar Hernandez production. That's really tough to do, folks. That is really tough to do, to get trade away a Silver Slugger and then acquire another Silver Slugger. That does not look like the motive right now. Also, shout out to the donation. I will get that in a second. That doesn't look like the motive right now, everybody. We're going out and we're getting a guy to help us with one of the most important aspects of this team. And it's something that Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro have been bringing up. Ian Hunter here with the little blue check mark. He comes out and tweets, Ross Atkins mentioned run prevention in multiple interviews the last few weeks. So the Kiermaier addition makes perfect sense. He has 25 defensive runs saved over the last 3 seasons. And honestly, folks, that's what we know Kevin Kiermaier for, right? We know this guy for making incredible plays in the outfield, stealing gold gloves from Kevin Pillar, but honestly, deservingly so. He has been incredible in the field his whole career. And even when he's getting older, the bat is declining, but the stuff in the field is not. So there is a positive, guys. Let's take a look at the bat, though. This is Kevin Kiermaier's numbers, everybody. And let's point out the obvious here. Oof. Double oof. Triple oof. Quadruple oof. Lots of oofs going on here, everybody. He used to be decent with the bat, decent when he first came up. It's been declining ever since. Am I concerned about that? Well, as I said earlier, if you compare him to this guy, then yeah, I'm pretty concerned because, Teoscar Hernandez's last 3 years have obviously been far superior to that of Kevin Kiermaier, who, just so we can all get a sense, has a 241 batting average in that time and a 690 OPS. So yeah, guys, we're not buying him for the bat. We are absolutely not buying him for the bat at all. That was Brandon Nimmo. This is not that. You know, this is not that, guys. What he is, though, is a 32-year-old. He is a veteran. He's been in the league for a long period of time. And when we go over to this baseball savant, you can see that the arm strength is great. The sprint speed is great. When we go over to 2021, just disregard the blue, everybody. Disregard this. This sucks. This, incredible, though. 98th percentile, 97th percentile in outfield jump. Great arm strength, great sprint speed. So, just as an overall athlete, you know, like just as a guy who we can plug into the field and be really good and phenomenal and do that quote-unquote run prevention that Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro, they keep bringing up, Kevin Kiermaier is going to be phenomenal. Like, literally, I cannot take anything away from that. And I think maybe, because I'm seeing all your comments in here, I'm going to get to the whole Q&A portion of the stream at some point, but I'm seeing a lot of people coming in here and saying, this is horrible, this is awful, this is not what I wanted, if this is the offseason, it's a joke. I mean, if you look over here, guys, I actually have one tweet from Paul Ross here. He comes out and says, the Blue Jays signing Kevin Kiermaier as their quote-unquote big outfield acquisition, and then you have this whole meme of this guy absolutely losing it, and he is clearly in third place. I do understand this, and I get where it's coming from, but I also want to level us out a little bit. I want to level us out a little bit, and we're going to take a second here, guys. We're going to take a quick second and look at MLB team stats, offense. We're going to take a quick second, and we're going to look at MLB team, this is great, MLB team batting stats, ESPN. This will do, okay? This is from 2022. We're first in average in 2022. We are third in OPS in 2022, right? Those are probably the most important statistics. Looking at on base, we are third in on base. We are third in slugging. So we're first in batting average, third in on base, third in slugging, third in OPS. Let me ask you guys a really tough question that I want you guys to answer honestly. What has that done for us? Where have we gone? What accolades do we have to show for us being number one in batting average, number 3 in on-base percentage, number 3 in slugging, all of that stuff? It's sexy. It's awesome. It makes watching games incredible because we can put up like, what was it, 28 that we put up on the Red Sox? I actually forget, guys. Comment down below and correct me. But we can put up stupid numbers like that. That can happen. But what has it actually got us? Nothing. It got us a horribly disappointing 2021 finish where we didn't make playoffs by 1 game. And also, too, all of those offensive numbers, they carry over to 2021. We were incredible back then, too. And it also got us a heart-wrenching loss in 2022 where we struggled defensively, struggled with the bullpen, and ended up blowing a crazy lead. So, I think what's going on right here, when we go back to Kevin Kiermaier, I think what's happening right here is Kevin Kiermaier is not Teoscar Hernandez. He is not going to help in these statistics, right? He really isn't. He's probably going to detract from us in these statistics. But what he is going to do is he's going to catch that ball in center field where Bo is coming and George is coming. He's going to make a play that Teoscar Hernandez or Lourdes Gurriel Jr. or George Springer are incapable of making, that's going to save us a run so that we never get to that spot in the first place. He is going to provide a presence that is going to, again, quote-unquote, help us with run prevention. It's not sexy. I would have preferred Brandon Nimmo. I will be the first to say that, but I think that this might be the direction that the team is going. And a lot of us are upset that we traded away Teoscar Hernandez, and now we're getting Kevin Kiermaier. Let me put it this way. So far this offseason, we have detracted from our bat, but we have vastly improved the bullpen, and we have vastly improved the defense. And just looking at an overall team schematic here, that's probably the direction that this club needs to go if we want to be successful. We're going to need Vlad to do well. We're going to need Bo to do better. We're going to need Springer to stay healthy. But if all of that happens, if we have better bullpen and we have better defense, then we could be seeing a World Series with this squad. So I think that's what is going on here, guys. I think that's what's happening. Again, I see a lot of people in here saying, like, we don't love him. I prefer Nimmo. I agree. I would also have preferred Brandon Nimmo. But I think that just from a team standpoint and the direction that we're going, this makes sense. This does make sense. So those are my initial reactions and breakdowns. I'm going to go back over here to Kevin Kiermaier and to Teoscar Hernandez and just take a quick look at the numbers. And we're also going to be answering a lot of your guys' questions. But actually, before I do that, this is where I'm going to call this thing for those of you rewatching it. For those of us live right now, we got 430 people in here. Let's freaking go, everybody. Let's freaking go. Hit the like. Smash the subscribe button. I'm staying on with you guys until we get news of this deal. I want to know how long this is going to be. I want to know how much money it is. I want to break down the other free agents. Are we still in on Carlos Rodon? Are we still in on Brian Reynolds? We're going to do all that here. But if you're rewatching it, this is where the stream comes to an end. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts about this signing, about Kevin Kiermaier. Is it what this team needs, or was this just a big waste of money? Thank you so much for watching, and go Jays, go!